evening, everyone. Welcome to Origami with Miss Cynthia. Today I will show you how to create a festive wreath. Now let's get started. The supplies you will need are 2 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. A great option is using wrapping paper, a pair of scissors, glue stick, and optional, some ribbon. Alright guys, once you selected your sheet of paper of your choice, I selected 2 of 8.5 by 11 wrapping paper. And the reason I selected the 2 is the final piece will have 2 different tones to your wreath. If you want to just work on one sheet of paper for the wreath to be all one color, then that's fine. You can just choose the one. But I'm going to get started with one print. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the top of the corner down into that triangle fold, and we're going to cut that rectangle off to the side. We're trying to achieve that square from this 8.5 by 11 sheet. Okay, then we're going to open it up. And you have a crease coming right through the middle here. So what we're going to do is bring the corners, the opposite corners to that middle point there. And do the same thing to the other side. We want 4 squares cut out of this big square that we just cut. So I'm going to cut this like this. Alright, so here is 1 square cut out. Let's work on the next one here. You'll end up with 4 squares, okay? Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so from here what we're going to do is you're going to grab one of your squares and you're going to fold it in half. Just like this, okay? And then you're just going to cut it right through the middle. I'm going to keep mine folded to cut it right through the middle. Okay, so now you have 2. And I'm going to grab another square and do the same thing. Just fold it right in the middle there and cut it right through the middle. Alright, so now we have a total of 4 strips. Now you need a total of 8 strips, so if you want your wreath to be the same exact pattern, go ahead and finish cutting these in half so you have a total of 8. But I'm going to mix and match mine, so I'm going to grab my other sheet of paper that I had selected, so I'm going to put my 4 strips off to the side. And we're going to do the same thing, okay? So we're going to bring one corner down to fold into that square. Now I'm starting off with an 8.5 by 11, and I'm using sheet of paper, and I'm using wrapping paper. During these times, there is tons of wrapping paper laying around the home. All right, so we're going to open this up. And the 2 corners, the opposite corners, we're going to bring them to the middle point from that crease we just created. Just like this. Alright, and then we're going to cut this side off to create our 4 cutouts. From this big square, we're going to have 4 smaller squares. Okay, so now we have 4 of these, and we're going to do the same thing as we just did, is grab one of your squares, fold it in half, and then cut it right through the middle. Okay, so now we have 2, right in the middle, and you're going to cut it right through the middle. Let me open that back up. Miss Cynthia's not really going through that through that crease as I thought I was going. Okay, so now I have 4 of these, and with my other print that I selected, this makes a total of 8 strips. Okay, and I'm just going to set these aside, and you can create another wreath out of these if you'd like, because you're going to cut these in half, and it'll be a total of another 8. So you can make 2 wreaths out of these sheets of paper. Okay, we're going to set those aside. And then I'll show you how do you fold these. You have a total of 8 of these strips. Let me get started with 1. And you will just repeat that same folding 8 times. So grab your little strip, and we're going to fold it in half, just like this. Now, you have an opening on one side, and what we're going to do is fold the left and the right away from the opening. So you should be folding it towards the crease. Now, something that I learned during this folding, if you fold it the opposite way, they won't fit into each other. So make sure that you're folding the left and the right corners away from the opening of this sheet of paper. From this point, you're just going to fold it in half, just like this. So it's going to look like a little elf shoe. Okay, and you're going to set that aside. You're going to do this fold throughout all of your strips. So you should end up with a total of 8. So fold it in half, and then the left and right corners towards the crease, and then in half. And here is your little elf shoe. Now, there's so many different designs with wrapping paper that you can choose from. You can do like solid colors or some really fun prints, some glittery ones. This is such a fun little origami fold. And this is something that you can do with family and friends while you're decorating your Christmas tree. I know I practiced my fold with a good friend of mine. We were actually on a video chat call, and we were folding the same little Christmas wreath, and we were just talking about how I was going to use mine to finish decorating my Christmas tree, and I thought about making some little Christmas cards with them also. And she had a really good idea. She's actually going to use hers to make a garland out of these. And that's such a good idea. Now make sure that with origami, it makes it so much easier if you're folding on a really flat surface. It just makes it so much easier when you're going along and folding these. If you do make these fun holiday wreaths, make sure to send them on over through our website and share your creations. I would love to see them. Alright guys, so now we have a total of our 8 little little shoes there. So what we're going to do, we now get to puzzle all these together. I'm going to do alternating ones. So I'm going to grab one print and have the other print. So these are your 2 little shoes. And the way you can remember to start putting these together is one of your prints will go upside down with the point of the shoe facing to your left. So you're going to hold it like this. The other one, you will hold your shoe like this, your elf shoe, and then make sure that the point is facing downward like this. But the sleeve here will face towards the point. Because what we're trying to do is the inside of your elf shoe here has little pockets like this. So what we're going to do is the point of the shoe will just go inside the little pockets here. Let me open this one up a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so see how there's little pockets there? That point will go right into that little pocket there. Okay, pocket, and then your another pocket there. And you're just gonna slide them in, just like this. Okay, tuck it in. And then you're gonna grab another shoe, heel down, so the point of the shoe faces to the left. And then the point of this one is upside down, so the heel faces to the left. And you have the little pockets in here. And you're going to slide them into place. You're going to do this all the way around until we no longer have some little elf shoes hanging around. So it's always nice to see the different patterns that that people choose and what you use these for. The garland came out really, really cute. Okay, just tuck that in there. Now, they are going to move around just a little bit, so while you're putting your little elf shoes together, just kind of hold it into piece, because the more pieces you put in there, they'll kind of move around a little bit, but then we can definitely grab some glue at the end and glue these right into place where we want them. We don't want to glue them right now as they're moving around, because we want to make sure that they are really nice and tight before we start gluing them together. I got a little wild elf shoe here. He's wanting to open up. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to do brown next. And while you're putting all these together, you can have some Christmas music, or definitely with these times, invite a friend to do a video chat with you, and then you guys can see each other's project at the end. Okay, just tuck that back in there. Okay, we're getting close to the end here, but I want to show you the end piece, how it all comes along, and also why we don't want to use glue right at the beginning. Let's slide that one back in there. All right. Here's our final little piece. Gets a little bit trickier, but we're going to do the same thing as we've been doing. Two little pockets, the point of this little elf shoe right into those little pockets here. This technique reminds me of that origami star that we did back in the summer. If you haven't seen those videos, check our YouTube channel for some of those awesome videos. Okay, so the last one we're going to just do the same thing, is put the little point of this elf shoe right in this last pocket. I used a really thin wrapping paper, but look how cool that just all came along together. Now we're ready for glue. Miss Cynthia started using glue at the beginning, and let me tell you, I was a mess. So I don't want you guys to be a mess. Hold off to put glue at the end. So what we're gonna do is undo the little shoe just a little bit and just put a little strip of glue and then tuck it back in and then press. All right, I'm gonna show you again. So undo it, do some glue there, and then tuck it in and press. As you're going along and putting glue and pressing, it really will just tuck all in and come together. So I want to show you guys the other piece that I did. I went ahead and put a ribbon in here through the, I just looped it through, and I will place a little ribbon, a bow on it, and hang this on my Christmas tree. And you can do a garland. You can use these to do some Christmas cards, some really cool stuff that you can do with these. And here you are. Here is your origami festive wreath. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you next week for more holiday fun. Bye.